Seda here, Gourmet Next Door. Happy Friday! So tonight I'm going to be making a quick stir fry with crispy tofu and vegetables. Let me walk you through my ingredients. I have some fresh spinach. I have some red cabbage with half a lemon. I got 6 brown mushrooms. I got a zucchini. Here I have some aromatics, and there goes my green onion. So here I have a red onion, I have ginger, and it's this much ginger. I have 3 cloves of garlic, 3 chili peppers, you know I like things spicy, and I got 1 scallion, which is going to be my garnish. Now let's talk a little bit about the flavor that we're gonna put into this stir fry. So first of all, I got my sesame oil, soy sauce, oyster sauce. Now what's gonna give it this whole Asian flair is allspice, ground allspice. This is a mix of all the spices, so you don't need to add them one by one. You just add this and you're good to go. And then I'm going to finish off the stir fry with sliced almonds. And that is it. So with that, let's get stir frying. Guys, the first thing we are going to go ahead and do is to marinate our tofu, because tofu is wonderful, but it needs serious help. It needs lots of flavor. So what I'm going to do is I will continue taking water out of the tofu. What I'm doing is I'm gently pressing on the tofu without deforming the tofu. I want to make sure I get as much water out as possible. If you don't do this step, the tofu is not going to be able to soak in any flavor because it's going to be filled with water. So you don't want that. Tofu is very high in protein and it's low fat and low carb. So for those of you eating vegan, plant-based, this is a wonderful, wonderful substitute for any kind of meat. Now I got my tofu here. What I want to do is go ahead and cube this. And then I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag because I'm going to do my marinade in the Ziploc bag. It's so much easier. So I want these tofu chunks to be about 1 inch or so. So my tofu is all chopped up. And I'm going to now go ahead and drop it in my Ziploc bag. Now, if you want to do this like the lamb the other day, you can do it 1 day in advance. Absolutely, it's even better. But for me, I thought of it just now, so I'm gonna do a quick marinade, and that's totally fine too. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit sesame oil. Not too much, we don't want to overpower. A little bit olive oil. And then some soy sauce. This is gonna give it that umami flavor. Now, oyster sauce is absolutely not keto, but I'm gonna go ahead and use a little bit. Oyster sauce is one of those things, it was a little bit, more than a little bit, but it's gonna give it a very nice umami flavor. You know this fifth sense, fifth taste that we have? Umami! Now that sounds Asian, right? Now I have allspice here. Allspice is essentially ground up spices, and as I was saying, it has everything in it, so it's just very convenient, and it instantly transforms the dish to Asia. That is it for my marinade, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of salt, not too much because soy sauce already has. So let's go ahead and close this bag and give it a nice little tofu massage, okay? Now what I will do is I will let this sit aside and kind of get nice and cozy with the marinade. And then you can bake this in the oven. It takes about 20-25 minutes. But I'm gonna go ahead and actually air fry it. Yeah, so it's much faster, and with air fryer, actually I get a better texture. Tofu is done, I'm going to set it aside to marinate. The second thing I want to do is go ahead and soften my red cabbage. You know how we do this. I have red cabbage, I'm putting some salt and half a lemon juice. The mixture of acid and salt is gonna break down this beautiful red cabbage. So we get the crunchy texture, but it's gonna be more pickle-like. So now I'm just gonna give it a little squish to make sure that the lemon juice and the salt get into the cabbage. No one overboard, guys. Everybody in the bowl. What I will go ahead and start with is my ginger and my garlic. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a nice chop and throw them into my Teflon pan. If you have a wok, you can definitely use that for this stir fry. That would be very, very nice. Ginger, first, it's very Asian ingredient. It's gonna transport this dish right to Asia. And second thing, it's full of antioxidant power. And I actually even make a ginger tea. You basically take boiling water and you add to the ginger and you let it steep there a few minutes and then you drink it. It's really, really spicy. It kind of burns your throat, but it's really, really good for you. Now we're gonna go ahead and chop the garlic. Ginger and garlic are the starter of any Asian dish, really. So the ginger and the garlic are done. Now I want to go ahead and prep my other vegetables. So here I got my mushrooms. So the mushrooms, I always tell you to do this, but don't wash mushrooms under water. Make sure you take a moist towel and just clean them off that way. So I want to make sure, just like my tuna bowl the other day, everything is ready to go into my stir fry. I love the brown mushrooms because I feel they are, I don't know, more tasty than the white button mushrooms. So now I'm ready to go ahead and start things off on the stovetop. So I'm going to turn my heat to a medium high. I want my pan to heat up, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some olive oil. The sesame oil I'm gonna add later to give it more flavor, more Asian touch. So now I will go ahead and start my zucchini. Zucchini is full of water. It's so absolutely good for you. It's a low-calorie vegetable. So I'm cutting everything like kind of my tofu, like a 1 inch. Now the spinach we will add at the last minute because spinach just wilts, and if you put it too early, it's going to disappear. So, okay, so into the oil, there goes the ginger and the garlic. Now, if you don't want as much garlic, cut back. If you want more, you can always add more. That's the beauty of a stir fry. You can really add whatever vegetables you have on hand. I think bell peppers would be really nice with this. Eggplant would be very nice with this. I put green beans before. It's delicious. You can put broccoli, you can put cauliflower. So now I'm gonna go ahead and chop my red onion. And actually the red onion, I will put it not as a flavoring, but I'm gonna add it like a vegetable. I love red onions. The ginger and the garlic, I can smell them. They started to heat up. Now let's go ahead and chop our chilies. I'm in love with these red chilies. They're so good. Chili is another thing that gives you immunity benefits. So if you can tolerate it, it's great. You can eat chilies because they will make you stronger. Now, the vegetables that take the longest to cook are the zucchini and the mushrooms. So I'm gonna go ahead and add them now. And remember, you don't want to salt mushrooms too early because if you do, they will release all their water and it doesn't really help the dish concentrate the flavors. So I always cook my mushrooms and then I will add the salt. So that's a little tip for you to keep in mind. Now mushrooms love oil, so this is the time I'm going to go add a little bit sesame oil. Perfect. I love this meal because it's very balanced. You get lots of hearty vegetables, lots of fiber into your system. Plus you fortify it with the tofu. It's full protein. You want to be patient and give the vegetables time to sweat and do their thing. Let's go ahead and chop our green onion for our garnish. Now I'm going to cook these down. I'm adding my red onion now. Now you can easily serve this with rice, brown rice, quinoa, even cauliflower rice. That would be delicious. Want to show you guys my rainbow of a pan here. Let's go ahead and add a bit of flavor. Soy sauce. Since I'm adding soy sauce, I'm not going to add more salt. Now I want to be careful now with the oyster sauce because it kind of ran out on me last time. And then let's give a bit of allspice also. You don't want to go too much, you know, just a little bit, tone it down. Okay, I want to go ahead and give this a little try. So delicious. Those mushrooms are so tender. And everything is maintaining its color at the moment. Beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and add my chilies now. Now what I did is, I turned on the air fryer to 200 degrees. Now it's heating up. Okay, now I want to add my spinach. And it seems a lot, but guys, spinach really wilts very quickly. That spinach is cooking down nicely. Oh wow, that looks like spring on a plate. It's so beautiful. I want to show you this. Look at this. How gorgeous it is. How tasty it will be. And how nutritious it is for you. So I'm going to remove this from the heat. Guys, the air fryer is ready. There's the basket. So what I'm going to do is literally go ahead and put my tofu here. Now I want to make sure that tofu is in one layer, so they're not doubling up. Because this way, all of them have a chance to get nice and crispy. That's it. And now we go back into the air fryer, 200 degrees. I'm going to keep it there for 10 minutes. Guys, the tofu is almost ready, so I'm going to go ahead and plate up my stir fry. So initially, the vegetables are going in before the tofu arrives. That is plate full of goodness. I want to show you this. That looks so amazingly crispy. Woo! Wow. Now, I want to see if this is good enough, or I want to go ahead and keep it in there maybe 5 more minutes. So let's try it and decide. It's so crunchy. Now let's load it up. Oh, can you guys hear that? Okay, now the finishing touch. What I'm gonna do is put my red cabbage. Do that. And then my green onions. Wow. And a little bit sliced almonds, because food is all about texture. So I want to make sure we have a bit of texture. Wow. Guys, honestly, this is restaurant quality food at home. I mean, I'm not just saying that. You can do this at home. It's so easy. You've seen it in 15 minutes. We have a healthy, super nutritious, gorgeous looking, crispy stir fry with vegetables. It's time to try as usual. Let's get a little tofu. Let's get some almonds. I got a mushroom. I cannot wait. I'm gonna take a bite of this. It's spicy, it's tangy, it's salty, it's fully umami. And that tofu is so crispy. The cabbage is crunchy. Almonds are crunchy. Happy Friday, everyone. Try the stir fry. Let me know how you like it. Stay home, stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao!